Hey guys, so we are going to be making lasagna tonight. You need to start off by browning your meat in a saute pan. I'm using mild Italian sausage and some ground turkey. I have 2 pounds here because I'm going to be making a really big lasagna. If you have a smaller family, you could probably use less meat. I'm also going to be using some spinach, and this is the frozen kind that you get in the freezer section of your grocery store. It comes extremely wet, so just stick it in a towel and wring it out until all the liquid is out, and that way you won't transfer all of that, water over to your recipe. It really, really is a great tip. I actually learned that from Rachel Ray. So I'm going to add the spinach into my browned meat, and because my meat was super lean, I actually did not have to drain this. But I'm going to mix in the spinach, and then I'm going to mix in some stewed tomatoes. You can use whatever tomatoes you already have, and I'm also going to put in some marinara. I don't really know why, but I've always done this. I mix in a jar of pasta sauce with actual tomatoes. And this is some of the frozen chopped basil that I get when I'm at the store. And I'm also going to put in some garlic. These are a huge time saver, and you don't have to worry about your garlic or your basil going bad. So I'm going to mix those in and get all of this started simmering and cooking together. And you guys will see that it's going to come together very quickly. This is a really, really simple recipe. There are a few steps involved, but it's delicious, and in my opinion, it's really worth the effort. Now I'm going to work on the cheese mixture. I always use 1 egg when I mix my cheeses together just to bind it all together once it gets into the actual casserole dish. And of course you know that I dropped an eggshell down in the bowl. So I'm going to beat that egg real quick. I'm going to add some ricotta to this bowl. I had a little bit of a hard time getting the plastic top, seal off of it. So I'm going to put it in this bowl with the egg and get it mixed in. See, I cannot get that seal off of there. What a pain, right? And then, of course, I drop it into the bowl. This is real life, people. So I'm also going to add in just some Parmesan cheese. This is, I don't know if this is grated. I'm not really sure. You guys have seen this before. You know what it is. So I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese and get this all mixed together. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add in some Italian seasoning. We like our food very seasoned. We use a lot of seasonings, herbs and spices and whatnot when we cook. And I just really feel like it adds huge depth of flavor to your meals. So now I'm going to grab my pan that I'm going to assemble my lasagna in. And I am going to be spraying this pan with some non-stick cooking spray just to make sure that everything comes out of the pan really easily. There you go. Spray that pan. Okay, and the way that I was taught to assemble casseroles, you always start with a layer of your liquid or your sauce on the very bottom of the pan, and this is, again, just to keep, in this case, your lasagna noodles from sticking to the bottom of the pan. So I'm actually going to be using the oven-ready lasagna noodles. I really like these. They're a huge time saver. I just don't know. I've made this with traditional lasagna noodles in the past, and it's fine. It's wonderful. It's great, but these, in my opinion, really save a lot of time. So I'm going to add some of the cheese mixture to the top of each of these noodles. I also like that these are still, hard. They're not squishy or soft, I guess would be the better word. So they're really easy to spread on top of. And then we're going to do a layer of the meat mixture, the meat with the spinach and the sauce. And this is a very hearty lasagna recipe. This is a thick recipe. I'm going to top that with a little bit of my Italian style cheese. You could, of course, just use mozzarella cheese or, whatever you prefer to use. I do a light layer of the cheese in between my layers of lasagna. And then this is going to be the very top of the lasagna. I didn't make you guys watch me do 2 additional layers. I always go a little heavier on the top of my lasagna with the cheese. The last thing that I'm going to do is get my Norwex silicone cover that I'm using versus foil, just a little bit more environment friendly, and I'm going to spray this with some non-stick cooking spray as well, so that the cheese will not stick to it. And this is the final product. Doesn't it look delicious? Let me tell you how amazing this lasagna was. I seriously think it might have been the best one that I have ever made. I'm going to go ahead and cut into this and let you guys take a look at it. This is actually a piece that's going to be for Grant. And yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this recipe. I hope that you will give it a try and let me know down below what you think.